All right. Good morning. Good morning. How's everybody doing? Hey, hold on. Let me see. All right, my mic is set. It's time to talk. Happy Sunday, everybody. How y'all doing? I hope you guys are planning to go to church today. Y'all better go to church and pray for Nigeria, man. Yeah, my name is Benedict Ojut, and I'm reaching you guys from the state of Texas. And I think what I'm about to discuss this morning is long overdue. I decided that I'm going to speak on this matter because the way things are going right now, the situation is getting out of hand in Nigeria. Just give me a moment. Let me check this out. All right. Good morning. Good morning. If you're watching this, give us like, drop a comment. Let me know you're here. How are you doing? Olakumbi Fakunle, happy Sunday. Welcome. If you can share this broadcast, share it, because I just want us to rub mind together. And since today is Sunday, I decided that I'm going to do my Beno rant, speaking on this ongoing issue between the Yorubas and the Igbo people in Nigeria. Because like they say, when the righteous fail to speak, things will get out of hand. So I encourage everybody who has a platform to consider coming forward and talk about this matter before it gets out of hand. Usually, I like to stay away from anything politics and religion, because in Nigeria, politics and religion are more or less like cocaine. People get high on politics and religion all the time in Nigeria. Like literally, if you want some enemy, talk about religion. And if you want more enemy, speak on politics. I mean, if you want aggressive enemies, just say anything about politics, tribalism, and all that. And I tell you what, Nigerians will come for you. But then, I don't know how long we're going to be quiet while everything go down the drain. So I decided that I'm going to speak on this Yoruba and Igbo issue that has been going on for a while now, and it's seriously getting out of hand. So you are welcome to join me this morning in this conversation. Why am I talking about this? I believe you all heard this audio recording that was making the rounds on social media throughout the later part of last month, August, and earlier this month. Today is what's today's date? Today is 8th. So I think throughout the first week in September, the same video and discussion dominated the Nigerian internet space, and it's about this Igbo woman in Canada who made some inflammatory statements that can be considered as HATE speech, and people harp on it. A lot of people have concerns about her utterances, and I know so many blogs speak about it, but I just wanted to like give my honest and candid opinion as far as this matter is concerned. So what happened was this lady hopped on board one of these social platforms. Good morning, Peter. I see you. How you doing, Peter? She hopped on one of these social platforms and she was caught up in the heat of the argument. And she said that all the Igbo people, they should put something in the Yoruba's food, you know, try to unlive as many Yorubas as possible. That was the first audio that were making rounds. And the, can I say, the ignorant bloggers, the vloggers, bloggers, and all these nonsensical people who really don't do their homework before they hop on social platforms and start dishing out rubbish, they all jump on it and they were calling for her head. They were like, oh, Canada should arrest her, they should deport her, they should do all kinds of things. Hey, Messi, I see you, Messi. How you doing? To be honest, that seems like the right thing to do, you know. Her statement was so annoying that if you don't get to the root of the matter, you're definitely going to call for our heads too. But here's the thing. That was just one highlighted segment of a full conversation that went down. As usual, you know me, how I do my thing on my platforms. So I actually reached out to my team and I'm like, I want you guys to dig further into what's going on with this lady. I wanted to get to the root of why she has to make such inflammatory statements. And soon enough, we got the rest of the audio and then the entire picture was cleared. She was on some of these toxic platforms where they kind of promote hatred, you know, spreading propaganda, try to instigate people against each other. And the people on the platform, mainly some guys from Edo, Benin, and all of that, they were the one who started up calling out the Igbos and saying all kind of nonsensical thing about the Igbos. And I guess when it was Amaka's turn to speak, I think her name is Amaka. Yeah, the Canada lady. Joseph, good morning. So when it was Amaka's turn to speak, I think her emotion took the best of her. And then she has to say all the things she said. For those of you who didn't hear it, let me just play it a little bit so you will know what this conversation is all about. Take a listen briefly. I'm not going to play everything. I really don't want to hear it, but
poisoning the Yoruba and the Benin. Put poison for all una food for one. Put poison for una water. Make una dey buy one by one. Una go buy one day. Una go sick. I go put a pia for inside una water, inside una food. Una go see better. This guy hate when I get for una, so it go last forever. For all of una food. Ota pia. What do they call that one? What do they call that rat?
Ota pia. Eat and die.
Okay. That was it. That was the audio making the rounds, and that's what everybody heard. And hey, good morning, Sister Chingy. How are you doing? Yeah, Sister Chingy. I was working in my office editing videos, and I'm just waiting for the last clip to render. So I just feel like, you know what? Before this clip go render, it's gonna take like 40 minutes. and I don't want to fall asleep. So I'm like, okay, let me just go live and keep busy. But this topic has been on my mind for a while now, and I just wanted to speak about it. Sister Kiye, let me guess, you are at a party. You are partying right now. That is why you know that I'm live. So that was what happened. I just came back from dancing and I saw your notification. I know you were partying, Sister Kiye. I can bet my last dollar you were partying. Well, it's good to beg, enjoy yourself, my sister. So that was the clip that was making rounds all over social media, and everybody was calling for her head. Everybody was kind of like, oh, the government should do something. This is terrible. These Igbo people, these Yoruba people. And I just laughed. Until I actually took my time to hear the rest of the story. Let me just play a little clip from the other side of the story. What led to her utterances. Hopefully, this can give you guys some closure. Take a listen.
If you have a means of find them. Una go sick die. Una go sick by me.
Allah do.
The Yorubas take it upon themselves to. So I think she mentioned egging her on and
the day you are the top. Better Africa, better persons. Make Amadio has killed them there.
Oku buy you. Vladimir Wade Oku buy you for there. I want making the Igbo get that heart of wickedness. Una lot of prostitutes and everything. Tonight again. And the reason I want to tackle these people for this Canada. Now be my nights. The people who are Vladimir Wade.
The cause sir, who be sir? That guy resembles sir.
I don't know why Igbos they go.
I'm even ashamed of some of our Igbo people.
I don't know why they go that platform. You guys need to grow that spirit of wickedness.
So I can't find the specific segment right now, but I'm gonna share the clip. You guys can watch it later. So what happened was that they were on this platform and some Bini Edo guys came after the Igbo brothers and sisters on the platform, saying all kind of nonsensical thing about Igbo people, and the rhetoric was so bad. I think that platform is either TikTok or X, because those are the two platforms where there are no sanctions. People just say whatever crap they want to say. So they said so much. Even me that I was listening, I'm like, Jesus. Thank God I hear this other side of the story. If you are on that platform and you heard what these guys were saying, you're gonna get angry too. You will be so mad that you will also unleash on them. So that is why I want to give that Amaka some grace. You see, even though some of us have outgrown all this tribal nonsense sentiment, even though some of us, thanks to at least the small education that we have and the grace of God, that we have the anointing to outgrown some of these nonsensical rhetorics that was passed down from generation to generation in Nigeria. There are some people that are still in that darkness, that they still buy into that BS. Okay? And no matter what it is, sometimes when people attack your race, you want to fight back. That's what happened in the case of this Amaka. But that is not the reason why I'm doing this live right now. I just wanted to appeal to you people, and hopefully those who may get to see this clip, they can take one or two lessons from what I'm about to say right here. For those of you who don't know the history of Nigeria, and you are not an ardent follower of the political processes or the dramas and everything that is going on in Nigeria, it is very, very easy to sway your mind. It's very easy to convince you. It's so easy to tell you that the Yorubas are your enemy or the Igbos are your enemy. I'm just going to be blunt with you guys right now. If you don't know the history of Nigeria, most especially if you don't know how the Biafra War started, and it's not just Biafra War that started, the first coup in Nigeria and the follow-up incidents, if you don't take your time to read books that really delve into what went down all the way back to 66 or 76, when they have all this nonsensical stuff going on. If you don't read books, educate yourself about it, you're just going to end up listening to all these people that are pondering, creating issues in Nigeria. So please, I just want to appeal to you. If you're hearing my voice right now, listen to me. If you are a Yoruba, the Igbos are not your enemy. And if you are an Igbo person, the Yorubas are not your enemy. What many of you don't know is that the politicians have weaponized tribalism for way too long. And we, the Nigerian masses, we failed to realize that we are just like toys in their hand. The politicians continue to bring all these nonsensical rhetorics to ensure that we can't have unity among ourselves as a nation. And when you look deeply, who are those benefiting from all these nonsensical rhetorics? It's the politicians. I don't know if you guys get what I'm saying here. The politicians are the one that drive this madness among the ordinary Nigerians. They know how to do it. In fact, they are so good at doing it that every 4 years, when it is time for election, if they realize that the people has woken up from their slumber and the Nigerian masses are going to make conscious decision to elect somebody who can actually manage the affairs of the country and turn the country around, these politicians will look and say, Omo, what can we do now? They have two weapons. In fact, three. First, they will try religion. If you look at all the elections after Obasanjo, let's just focus on the democratic dispensation right now. After Obasanjo's second tenure came to an end, and there was going to be election between, I think it was between Yaradua and who was the other candidate itself? Is it Atiku or somebody? I forgot right now. The politicians played the religions card and they won. How did they do it? They started visiting the top religion leaders in Nigeria. They started going to churches. You see Muslims go to church and say, I come to worship with you. And then what did the GOs do? They give them mic, talk to the people, and then they will pray for them. They play those cards. And Nigerians were so gullible that when the daddy GOs, father GOs, mommy GOs, after they have settled them, they will tell you, this is the candidate the Holy Spirit tell me is going to be our president. This person will do good. The candidate. And everybody will just follow that candidate. They did that during Yaradua election. Then comes, I think, 2011. Or is it 2015? Yeah, 2011, they did that. Yaradua won. And then when it was Goodluck Jonathan's time, they played the same card. Jonathan won using religion. And then when it was Buhari's first tenure in office, even Buhari, I was surprised. Buhari was going to churches too. And then after Buhari showed Nigerians Shege, only Shege, he never had Banza that time. when Buhari showed Nigerians Shege, Nigerians were like, oh, our eyes don't open. These politicians, they can't fool us anymore. So they tried the religion thing, and it was obvious that it's not going to work. Then the politicians pulled the second card. And that second card is tribalism. And they won. Buhari remained in office. Remember, the current president we have right now, Tinubu, was the one who actually backed Buhari, supported him with his funds, everything, make sure Buhari won the election and remain in office. Then, during the second tenure of Buhari, Buhari had the time to show us what is called confirmed Shege, the real Shege. And this time, Baba added Banza. You know, when they show you Shege, you can still breathe. You go still get mouth. You still they talk ta-ta-ta-ta. But by the time they added Banza to that Shege, you go, they pray may you survive. So that was happened. Buhari added the Banza, and then Nigerians are like, hell to the freaky no. I'm never ever going to vote for APC again. They will never be president. Nothing will happen. And then God raised a Messiah, even though we don't get to test the Messiah, in person of Goodluck Jonathan. And then when Jonathan came, no, not Jonathan, sorry, Peter Obi. And when Peter Obi came and started gaining momentum, and it was obvious that everybody was going to vote for Peter Obi, and the politicians gathered together and be like, oh, no, this is not going to work. What can we do this time around? That's when they introduce these nonsensical rhetorics about Yoruba don't like Igbo, Igbo don't like Yoruba. And on top of that, they add religion and any other form of bigotry available to the mix. And what happened? At the end of the day, the politicians won. Yeah, Quintifa, we are facing it now. Everybody is facing it. Absolutely. So, but where am I going with all this, my rambling? You see, this thing about Yoruba hate Igbo, Igbo don't like Yoruba, actually became popular during the last election, when it was obvious that Peter Obi might won the election. That's when the politicians set their political machine in action. And how they do that, they started from X. You will see people posting on X, claiming to be independent, attacking tribes. Some people will attack Igbos, opening an account with a Yoruba name, and some people will open an account in Igbo name and attack Yorubas. This has been going on for a while, and yet our people don't see it. They don't get it that these politicians are using us. Then what another rhetorics we were hearing is that I think someone posted on X. I remember, if I check some of my old videos, I think I addressed that back then. Someone posted on X and said, Lagos is a no man's land. Lagos belongs to everybody. And that was when the constriction started gaining a lot of momentum, because then even a lot of Yorubas that are supporting Peter Obi, they were like, what? How dare you say Lagos belongs to everybody? So even those who were supporting Peter Obi, they were like, no, if this is it, I'm not supporting this Omo Igbo. This Omo Igbo definitely will take over Lagos. They will take over everywhere. That used to be one of the rhetorics that the Hausa politicians would say back then. Say, oh, Igbo, if you give them power, they will take over Nigeria. And then when that ex-user published that nonsensical thing saying that Lagos is a no man's land, that actually triggered a lot of Yoruba people against the Igbos. And they were like, how dare you guys say Lagos belongs to you? These are political propagandas. Yes. Now, some Igbos too, out of ignorance, especially some of them in Lagos, they were like, yes, Lagos is part of Nigeria. Lagos is everybody land. Yes. Why would you say we build Lagos? We the Igbos, we build Lagos. You know, all those nonsensical rhetorics were spreading. And in other words, these were creating more constrictions, more gbasgbos, were creating a lot of resentment between Igbos and Yorubas. And now, the politicians have succeeded in dividing us further. But what are the lessons in all of this? If you are an Igbo person, you are hearing me right now, I want you to always remember this. Peter Obi won Lagos State in the general election. Do you think only the Igbos' vote made Peter Obi to win Lagos? If you think the Igbo vote is what made Peter Obi win Lagos, type 1 in the comment. If you think it is not only the Igbo vote, but both the Igbo and Yorubas, they were the one who voted for Peter Obi. That was why Peter Obi was able to win Lagos. Put 2 in the chat. What I'm saying in essence is that Nigerian politicians knows this, that if the Yorubas and Igbos can find a common ground, that will bring an end to whatever they are doing in Nigeria. Because the moment the Yoruba and the Igbos agreed, plus the educated Northerners, that's it. It's game over for the politicians. And the politicians will never ever let that happen. So please, I'm just pleading with you. If you go with this, there are rhetorics that Yoruba no like Igbo, Igbo no like Yoruba, you are indirectly enabling the politicians to remain in office and to do whatever they want. Look around you. If you live in Nigeria right now, just look around you. If you are a Yoruba or an Igbo and you are not a politician and you are not a vibrant businessman who got something going on for you, ask yourself, who is suffering right now? Who is struggling? And to my Igbo brothers and sisters too, let me tell you this, because I believe the Igbo also have their big issues that they are yet to look into. And that big problem that the Igbos are dealing with is the issue of division among the Igbos themselves. I remember second to third day after this INEC chairman announced President Tinubu as the winner of the last election, a group of Igbo politicians, they were singing, "On your mandate we shall stand." And remember, even while Peter Obi gained massive support, there were still a lot of top Igbo politicians who are working overtime to make sure Peter Obi will never get there. What does that tell you? The politicians are united at the top, and they are making every effort to make sure that you and I, who are our neighbors, friends, you and I, that we are going about our businesses, that we are not even benefiting from whatever they are getting as politicians, we are the one who bear the grunts. We are the one who are suffering. We are the one who is we are the one who is bearing the pains of all these their nonsensical policies, all the looting and stealings and everything that is going on. We are the one who suffers it. So, my brother and sister, When next somebody tells you Yoruba don't like Igbo, Igbo don't like Yoruba, tell them to shut up. That is political rhetorics, and it won't take us anywhere. Please, if you look deeply, if you look around you, you will see that if there are any tribes that needed each other the most, it is the Yoruba and Igbos. We are the one who trade among ourselves a lot. We are the one who patronizes each other. And we are the one who welcomes each other. Sometimes I see some ignorant people who have never been to the East. They will say all kinds of nonsensical things about Igbo people. And sometimes I've also met some ignorant people in the East. I remember when I was serving at Enugu, and one of my students was saying, Papa, so you be Yoruba? Hey, una no good though. Yoruba people. Papa, if not be say we like you, Hey, Yoruba, una no good. Now they suffer us like this. Now do this, now do that. And I look at the young man. I think at that time he was in, I think SS1. Yeah, it was in one of the class I was teaching at that time in SS1. And I look at the boy and I ask him, have you ever been to Ondo State? He said, no, Copper. Have you ever been to Lagos State? He said, no. Have you ever do anything with the Yoruba person, even right here in Enugu where you live? He said, no, Copper. Now you be the first Yoruba person where I know. Then I asked him, ever since you get to know me, have I ever did anything or have I ever treated you badly or poorly in any way or form? He said, no, Copper. So I asked, then how did you conclude that the Yoruba people, they are bad people? The same goes in Lagos. I live with my Igbo brothers too. And when some of them goes, these Yoruba people, now people they cause harm now they do that, then I ask, can you mention one Yoruba person that actually did something to you directly? Nobody. And the truth is, even if you go to Nigeria right now and you do a survey, you're gonna find out that in every 100 people you gather, either in Igbo or among Yorubas, about 95 of them cannot pinpoint what exactly the other tribe have done to them. So in other words, they simply hang on to the stories they've heard, unconfirmed tales of woes that they heard that someone, maybe one Igbo do this or one Yoruba do this. Look, listen, we are individuals. When it comes to people treating people unfairly, it has nothing to do with your tribe or ethnicity. It's an individual thing. Let me just be candid with you. Some of the most amazing people I've ever come across in my life, they are Igbos. 80% of people that I've done business with, they are Igbos. And guess you what? I've never had one single problem with any of them. And I've known many Igbo people who married Yorubas, who do businesses with Yorubas, and they don't have all these terrible tales to tell. This same Lagos we talk about today, look at Lagos. Look at the numbers of Igbo people who get their daily bread from Lagos State, who live with Yoruba neighbors, Yoruba friends. They go to the same church, same marketplace, ride vehicles, transport everything together. I have never heard any Igbo people being attacked by Yoruba, that they are fighting, they carry cutlass, they carry this one, attacking them in Lagos. There can be sometimes when there are scuttles, some issues, that is fine. But I don't think an Igbo man who lives in Lagos will lose sleep because of his Yoruba neighbor. And while I was in Enugu, I saw a lot of Yorubas who actually made Enugu their home. They speak Igbo fluently. And when I asked some of them, how long have you been here? Some have been living in Enugu for ages, 20, 30 years. Some have all their children right there in Enugu. The same thing, if you go to Imo, you go to Aba, you go to all around East, you will find Yorubas in so many places. All I'm saying is, don't let these politicians make your life miserable. Thank you, Juliet. Politicians are always united. We, the people, we are the one who is dragging each other. See, like Juliet said now, people like to generalize what they hear about other people, tribe, without doing their own survey. Exactly, my sister. So please, don't inherit the HATE from your parents. And when I say this, I just want to appeal to both my Yorubas and Igbo brothers and sisters. I know civil war is not easy. There are pains on both sides. And it takes a lot to overlook it. I listened to one speech by Obasanjo. I think Obasanjo was in, where was he at? I think, is it Anambra or Imo State? There is this state where they want to open this big market. And I think Obasanjo is one of the people who is promoting the market. And I heard Obasanjo said during the Biafra War that because he doesn't want the Igbos to go away, because he believes in unity, that he actually used Igbo people to fight Igbo people. And I'm like, what? Baba, why would you say this one on national TV? Don't get me wrong. What Baba was saying is that we are one. And that if we live in unity, we're going to have a better Nigeria. We're going to have a thriving country. But as far as we embrace all these nonsensical rhetorics and we are having this bad belly mindset against each other, that dream will never come true. So please, look inward. The politicians are dividing us for their own benefit. All these politicians you see in Nigeria, it doesn't matter their tribe, their state, or wherever they come from. They are the same at the top. They are not enemies. You saw this happens every time. When election is around the corner, they will campaign against each other. They will curse each other. They will say all kinds of nonsensical things about each other. The moment a candidate emerges the president, it doesn't matter the party he emerged from, what do? They simply come together and form a cabal. We have so much to deal with in Nigeria. We have the political cabal, we have the business cabals, you have you have those who benefit from the insecurity, who have formed their own cabal. You have oil thieves cabal. You just have all kinds of groups at the top, and these groups are the one who manages the affairs of the country. But anytime they want to do that, they need enablers. And the only way they can get enablers is to plant seed. Whenever they want to do that, they plant seed of dissent. They plant seed of hatred. They make sure we are beefing each other. They try to create resentment between us. Please, don't buy into this rubbish. Igbos are not your enemy. Yorubas are not your enemy. We are all trying to survive, and we are all trying to make something good for ourselves. We just want to provide for ourselves and take care of our family. And we can never, ever achieve that if we are fighting each other. Come to think of it, have you applied for a job and an Igbo man come out and say, we are not giving you this job, you are a Yoruba? And if you are an Igbo, have you been qualified for a job, you applied in a free and fair process, and somebody say, you are an Igbo, your grandpapa do this one to my grandpa, so I'm not giving you this job? No. The more we point accusing finger at each other, the more we say nasty things about each other, the more we tell stories that are not real, that are just baseless propagandas, the more we spread it, we magnify it, we push it down our children, the more this hatred and this nonsensical thing will continue. Please, we don't need it. Okay? We are one. Our unity is paramount now. You have all seen what is going on in Nigeria now. Politicians have divided the country, and they have shared all the goodies among themselves. Even Baba, where they in charge now, Baba self is confused right now. Baba has so many policies. You know what was his manifesto again? What was that slogan? Renew hope, right? The president is a very brilliant man. Baba has a brilliant mind. He has the intention to turn the country around, but it's not gonna be easy. He can't do it because these jugnus, these cabals at the top, they're not gonna allow him. He can't. I was reading the news yesterday and I heard that was he his spokesman? Ajuri, what's that guy's name? Is it Ajuri, wherever? That one that speaks as if he went to Cambridge. I learned that guy said he's going on indefinite leave, that he has health issues, and after he consulted with his family said that he need to quit. Y'all don't know what's coming. That guy is an American, and Americans can smell trouble from miles away. That's one thing Americans do very good. And even we are here in America living right now, we have imbibed that culture. We can smell trouble from miles away. So that Ajuri, I don't know why I forgot his name. If anybody remember his name, put it in the chat. Tinubu spokesperson. Ajuri or Ajulo was his name. Let me Google his name. Yes, Ajuri. Yeah, that's his name. That dude steps down. Ajuri in Galilee or something. I can't even pronounce his name. That dude stepped down. You're living in Nigeria, you don't even know why he steps down. That guy is right there at the top. He knew what went down. They went to China for a meeting. Whatever the outcome of that meeting, that guy knew what's coming. He's right there. You also saw all the drama going on with Dangote refinery. I read in the news last week that, Dangote intended to sell his product, I think petrol, for 600 naira per liter. And all of a sudden, the NNPC came out and said, hell no, you're going to sell your fuel to us, the NNPC, and then we distribute it to the people. And then what next? The NNPC said, okay, we're going to be the one to fix the price. Wow. So the NNPC said, we'll be the one to fix the price. And at the end of the day, they pegged the price. I think they pegged the price at, is it 1,000 naira? While people are buying the product for 1,200 naira at the gas stations, the bottom line is the politicians will win anyhow, anywhere. They will always win. The only way to stop them from winning is for us to stop at least nursing this to stop disliking each other. In short, let me just put it that way. If we're going to stop these people from taking advantage of us, first, we're going to stop this inbred fighting. So please, as I'm rounding up, I want to appeal to you. All those stories that they pass down from generation to generation, either from the Yoruba side or the Igbo side, all those stories you've heard that Yoruba no like us, Yoruba no like us, Igbo no like us, Igbo now our enemy, Igbo want to take over. These are propagandas initiated and promoted by politicians to make sure we can never ever be united. Look at our population now. Nigeria is, I think we are close to 230 million now. What is the number of the politicians? Even if you count all the governors, all the commissioners, you go to the National Assembly, senators, reps, executives, ministers. If you combine all of them together, they are not even up to 2% of the Nigerian population. The people that are doing also this nonsense, they are not up to 2% of Nigerian population. But every time when we try to move forward, when we put aside our differences and we say, you know what, Igbo are my brother, Yorubas are my brother, let us come together and vote. Let us vote out all these bad politicians. Guess what they will do? They will start sponsoring all these people that are hungry. And like I've said on multiple occasions, there is weaponized poverty in Nigeria. They have weaponized poverty that when hunger wire you, your children, or your family, you won't even have time to say you want to be friends with anybody. The next thing, by the time they sponsor one person because of the hunger, maybe they give one blogger 100,000, another blogger maybe 50,000 naira. And I remember during that election, a lot of youths were hired to stay on social media and be promoting nonsense. So by the time they give all these people 10K here, 20K here, 5K there, before you know it, these guys will be on social media and they will start typing nonsense. One will come and tell you, Igbos, hey, don't trust Igbos. Oh. Hey, this election, the Igbos want to do this. And then the next thing you see some Yoruba also, some Igbo also will come out and say, these Yoruba people, now they are plan. Yoruba people, they are traitors. Then you start to look at the Igbos like, oh, see them. And then the Igbos are looking at the Yorubas like, you see, una, make una deal with that. You saw what just happened in the protests you just had in Nigeria. Everything was tough. Inflation was to the roof. People are crying and starving. And then the masses said, you know what? I think this administration don't realize that we are suffering. Let us come together and protest. Peaceful protest. Let us show our grievances. Let us let the government know that things are not okay with the masses at the grassroots. Then what happened? All they have to do is sponsor some set of Igbo people who says, this election, Igbos are not protesting. We, the Igbo, we are not protesting. And as if that is not enough, they also sponsor another part of the Yoruba people. You see them, you all saw the video online now. You see them also saying they are doing anti-protest. And they are saying, no protest. We are not protesting. We are not protesting. At the end of the day, what was the end result? The protest did not achieve nothing. Instead, what happened? The politicians have more money to share. The government is buying more vehicles. I could remember at the height of that protest, I remember the government said, okay, we have disbursed money to state government. This money should go to families that are suffering. I was just hearing billions. And then I'm like, what the hell? All these billions, where these billions that they go? If you're listening to me right now, tell me, have you received 1,000 naira from the subsidy and whatever palliative the government say they are sharing? If you receive, just tell me in the chat, then I'll know say, are they wrong? You see, disunity only empowers the government. It empowers that little set of people, that small group of people who have shared the country resources among themselves. Our disunity empowers them. The more you are hating on Igbo, you are hating on Delta people, they hate Calabar, you hate Hausa, you hate everybody. The easier it becomes for them to loot the country and to share the resources that belongs to you and I. And if you are from the East, the more hatred they put in you, the more nonsensical things they sell to you about the West, and you are on social media saying, Yoruba people, you cannot trust them, Yoruba people, they don't like us, leave them now, Yoruba. My brother, listen, we are in this together. The Yorubas are not your enemy. The Igbos, they are not your enemy. And I'm telling you right now, as a young man who have left Nigeria and I live in a place where we have Yoruba, Igbos. I don't even see a lot of Hausa here, but I see Yoruba and Igbos very well here in the United States. And we are all living together and we are all thriving. And there is no enmity among us right here in the States. I work with my Igbo sisters and brothers. I work with my Yoruba brothers and sisters. Nobody get time for anybody. Everybody just they making money. Chill. Take care of your family. The one we want to advance their career, they are advancing their career. Why? Because we live in a country where the system works. Because we live in a country where if an Igbo say, oh, Ben is a Yoruba, he hates us, it doesn't make no sense. That won't give him more money or take money away from him. If I say, Igbo, Igbo, don't mind Igbo, Igbo are this or that, fuck the shit. I will not add an extra dime to my pocket. And it won't take away anything from me. Rather, what I've seen happens here in the state is both Yoruba and Igbo working together, uplifting each other. I've seen Yoruba people in trouble here in the state, and both Yoruba and Igbos, they will gather to support and help that brother. And I've seen Igbo people who needs help, both Yoruba and Igbo, they will gather and do the same. I've seen Edo people here, almost everybody. The people I don't really see that much here are Hausas. But any other tribe in Nigeria, I've come across all of them. We work together here. We pursue our dreams. We support each other. And we live in peace and harmony. That's what we need in Nigeria. If you buy into this, they are nonsensical saying that Yoruba no like Igbo, Igbo no like Yoruba, don't trust Yoruba, don't trust Igbo, Igbo want to take over, Yoruba want to betray us. You are just giving the politicians the opportunity to enrich themselves the more. Your politician children are here in America. They are in London. They are in Canada. They see each other every day, every week. They are going to school. They are living large. Their parents are looting the country while their children are living fine here. You remember during that protest what happened? What did the House of Rep or House of Assembly, what did they say? They say they are going on recess, right? They are all in abroad. All of them don't take off. And you did there beefing people you are not supposed to have beef with. As a Yoruba, if you build house now in Lagos, in Ijebu, or anywhere, let me just use Lagos because Lagos is usually the primary target. If you build house in Lagos and after completing maybe your 4-bedroom flat, you spend about 150 million naira or maybe 250 million naira to build a house, who do you think will rent that house? You think Yoruba population is enough that they can come and rent your house? Of course, you're going to have Yoruba, Igbo, and any other tribe to be your tenants. And for you, Igbo man, when you go to China or you go to any part of the world to bring your goods, your products, are your Igbo brothers and sisters the only one buying from you? What are the lessons from this? Lesson is simple. We need each other. Don't buy into that rhetorics. The civil war has happened and gone. There were casualties on both sides. But look at the progress that has been made from both sides since then. The Igbos are not getting a lot of political positions in Nigeria because of nepotism and tribalism. But do you know how they make that work? It's simply by selling all these nonsensical rhetorics to you people. And then they take it from the grassroots all the way to the top. Well, I believe you gained something. And I believe you can add one or two things. Thank you, Juliet. Juliet said, I have not received, even the grants they promised didn't get to most people. Of course, I know you won't get. Obot said, nothing like that. Obot also said, yeah, they are eating the money, my dear. Yeah, Fallout. I'm just doing this show. I just wanted to leave it here so people can at least watch it later. And the bottom line of my message is, please, your Igbos are your friend, they are your brothers. Yorubas are your friends, they are your brothers. Igbo and Yoruba are not the problem of Nigeria. The politicians are the problem of Nigeria. The politicians are the one who failed to do what they were supposed to do. So please, don't let them divide us further. Please. Rather, let us come together and show them that we are wiser now, we are educated, and we are woke. And we are nothing that looks like stupid humans. God bless you all. Today is Sunday. Remember, pray for Nigeria as you are in church. Pray for me too. And of course, share this message. Greet your Igbo neighbor. Tell them you have nothing against them. And as Igbo man, tell your Yoruba brothers and sisters that you have nothing against them. Don't let us buy into all those stupid rhetorics that are flying all over social media. Okay? The lady in Canada that made that inflammatory comment now, she knew what she has been through. She was arrested, detailed, although they free her now. But at least she knew all kinds of things that she has been through, all the insult, all the trolling, all the causes that has come to her ever since she's made that statement. And guess what is worst? The people that actually provoked her, the people that actually say all kind of crazy things to her before she exploded, nothing happened. Nobody heard about them. People triggered her and she buy into it. And on that note, I'm going to tell you, if you're on social media, if you join any platform and they are saying things that want to aggravate you, please leave the platform. Learn from this Canada lady's experience. Okay? Don't become a bad example. All right, thank you guys. Queen Latifah say, What we all don't know is that we all meant to help and build each other. We, the Yorubas, patronize Igbos. Why also the Igbo patronize the Yoruba also? Exactly, my sister. All these crazy politicians just wanted to like create so much havoc and confusion in the country, and as a result, deny us the unity and harmony we needed to build a strong nation. Thank you guys for listening to my rambling. Please, I want you to drop a comment. Let me know what you think about the Igbo and Yoruba inherited constrictions. And for those who don't know what constriction is all about, you can Google it. I don't want to use the word that YouTube don't want to hear. That is why I choose to use constriction. Okay, but you know what I'm talking about. All right, constriction, according to Google, is a process of becoming tighter and narrower, or something that makes you feel that this is happening, whereas nothing is happening. Okay, so the Yoruba and Igbo, we all think that something is happening. There is something about this other tribe that is not well, and whereas there was nothing about the tribe. The politicians are just trying to use us against each other. I love you all, my Igbo brothers, and I love you, my Yoruba brothers and sisters. Please let peace reign. The president is trying, and like I've said before, the president is actually not our problem in Nigeria. The problems are your governors, your reps, the people who are closer to you that are not doing anything. Those are the real problem. The president cannot be everywhere. The president has disbursed billions upon billions of naira, but it didn't get to you guys. So where is the money? Your governors, your local government chairman, your House of Rep people, these are the people you should be asking what happened. They have a role to play, but they fail to do it. Rather, they are promoting constrictions. They want you to dislike your Igbo brother. They want you to dislike your Yoruba friend. And yet every weekend we are marrying each other. Thank you for listening to me. I'll see you guys in the next one. Please don't forget to like, share, and of course, leave your comments in the chat. And I will, of course, respond to whatever question or any contribution you want to add. Thank you, my guys, for following the show. Comfort, Juliet, Joseph, everybody, Sister Chinye, Messi. I appreciate you all. I'll see you guys later today. Bye.